Hey everyone, and welcome to this webinar on diet and Alzheimer's prevention. I am Kathy Bauer, and I'm a certified brain health coach. And I'm here today to talk to you about how your diet can help protect your brain from Alzheimer's disease. Each week on Memory Monday, we will have a different topic regarding brain health. And this week's topic was submitted by Pam. If you have a topic that you would like covered for future Memory Mondays, please submit it to support@don'tloseyourmind.com. What is Alzheimer's disease? Alzheimer's disease is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that causes memory loss and cognitive decline. It is the most common form of dementia and it affects millions of people worldwide. How does your diet play a role in preventing Alzheimer's and other dementias? A growing body of evidence suggests that diet and nutrition plays a significant role in Alzheimer's prevention. Studies have shown that people who follow a healthy diet are less likely to develop Alzheimer's disease than those who eat a diet high in processed foods and sugars. How do processed foods, unhealthy fats, and sugar negatively affect the brain? Processed foods, unhealthy fats, and sugar can all contribute to inflammation in the body and the brain. Research has shown that people with Alzheimer's disease have high levels of inflammation in their brains. This inflammation can damage brain cells and lead to the formation of amyloid plaques and tau tangles, which are two of the hallmark features of Alzheimer's disease. Processed foods are foods that have been altered from their natural state by adding artificial ingredients, preservatives, and other chemicals. Processed foods are often high in unhealthy fats, sugars, salt, and calories. Can anyone give me an example of a processed food? You can go ahead and type it in the chat. Potato chips are one. French fries, yep. Any others that you can think of? Fried chicken, yes. And actually, if you go down the aisles at the store, a lot of the boxed pre-made foods are all processed. And also, even sandwich meat is a form of processed foods. So you kind of want to stay away from sandwich meat because they have a lot of bad stuff in there, and just actually cook, like if you want a chicken sandwich, then cook an actual chicken breast and then cut it up to put it into your sandwich. It would be healthier for you. So processed foods are often high in unhealthy fats, such as trans fats and saturated fats. And unhealthy fats can damage cell membranes and promote inflammation. Processed foods are often high in sugar as well. Sugar can lead to spikes in blood sugar levels, which can damage blood vessels and nerves. Sugar can also bind to proteins and create harmful compounds called advanced glycation products, which are AGEs, which can can damage cells and actually promote inflammation throughout the body and in the brain. And actually, leading experts have termed Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes because of the link that sugar has shown to in causing Alzheimer's. Processed foods are often high in salt. Salt can increase blood pressure and inflammation. And artificial ingredients. Processed foods can often contain artificial ingredients such as artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives. These artificial ingredients can irritate the gut and promote inflammation throughout the body. In addition, processed foods are often low in fiber and nutrients. Fiber helps regulate the blood sugar levels and reduce inflammation. Nutrients, such as vitamins and minerals, are essential for a healthy immune system and can help to reduce inflammation. So it's usually really good to supplement your diet with vitamins and supplements. Now let's look at some ways on how to reduce your intake of processed foods. There are a number of things that you can do to reduce your intake of processed foods. Some include cooking more meals at home, choosing fresh whole foods over processed foods, and reading food labels carefully and avoiding foods with unhealthy ingredients. For example, if you can't pronounce it, it's probably not healthy. Can anyone give me another example of how you can actually limit your intake of processed foods? Yes, bad stuff. I do mean preservatives and chemicals. Yep, grow your own food is a good idea. What's another way? Yes, food prep as well. I agree. If you prepare your food ahead of time, you're more likely to eat healthy. And go to the farmers market. I like that because a lot of farmers markets have very healthy food there. So those are great answers. And purchase organic. And if you can't purchase organic, then you just make sure that you wash everything really thoroughly. And there are some ways that you can wash your food and soak them if you're unable to buy organic. Now let's look at unhealthy fats again. We said earlier that the two main types of unhealthy fats are trans fats and saturated fats. They both can damage brain cells and disrupt cell membranes, which increases the inflammation in the brain. Trans fats are created when liquid oils are hydrogenated to make them solid at room temperature. Trans fats are found in many processed foods, such as fried foods, baked goods, and margarine. The next is saturated fats, and they're mainly found in animal products such as meat, poultry, and dairy products. When we eat sugar, our bodies break it down into glucose. Glucose is a type of sugar that our cells use for energy. However, if we eat too much sugar, our bodies cannot store all the glucose that we need. And the excess glucose then builds up in the bloodstream, leading to spikes in blood sugar levels, which can damage blood vessels and nerves and cause inflammation. So, other than the obvious sugary foods, white breads and white rice are made from refined grains, and refined grains have been stripped of their fiber and nutrients. When we eat refined grains like white bread and white rice, our bodies break them down into sugar very quickly. This can lead to spikes in blood sugar again, and of course, inflammation. So sugar again is a major contributor to Alzheimer's, which has been termed type 3 diabetes. And does anybody know the number of grams that women are only supposed to have a day with sugar? Okay, nope. 25 grams is all that a woman should have, and men can have 37.5, which isn't fair that they get more sugar than we do. But on the whole, yeah, women are only supposed to have 25 grams a day. And that's actually very hard to do. So, a good thing to try to do when you're first starting is just kind of track your sugar. So, like, look on your bread and see how much sugar is in your bread and start counting it up to really see how much sugar you are consuming a day. And then try to start slowly knocking some of your sugar out. So let's look at some ways to reduce your intake of unhealthy fats and sugars. One way is to eat plenty of fruits and vegetables and whole grains. Another one is to choose lean protein sources such as fish, chicken, and beans. Use healthy fats instead of the unhealthy fats. And the healthy fats are like olive oil and avocado oil. And then, of course, this one's hard for a lot of people to do. Avoid soda pops, fruit juices, which are high in sugar content and alcohol, and really energy drinks as well, because they're not good for you. At one point, though, it was determined that wine could help. Yeah, there is sugar in fruit. I think, though, that main thing is the fruit in sugar isn't as bad as sugar cane. Um, but you're still supposed to count that toward the 25 grams, though. So that kind of makes it difficult. So that's why usually they say one piece of fruit a day and then the rest in vegetables. But um, I don't know. I mean, I figured as long as you're not eating candy and stuff, and fruit's the better option. So, at one time, it was determined that wine is actually beneficial for everybody, but it's actually the resveratrol that's in wine that helps you, and you can get resveratrol in supplement form without getting all the excess sugar and ethanol that's in wine. So if you can't completely stop like the alcohol and the soda pops and fruit juices, then just discontinue one at a time until you kind of get used to not having it. And substitute sparkling water with like lemon or lime if you need, that carbonated beverages. So now let's look at some best foods for the brain. Fruits and vegetables, especially berries and vegetables, are packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are essential for brain health. Nuts and seeds are a good source of healthy fat, fiber, and vitamins. They can help to improve cognitive function and reduce inflammation. And yes, Michelle, wine is wine is good. But if you do drink wine, try to limit it to 2 6-ounce glasses a week. So,
I don't
which
drink
is
it much.
but every once in a while, yeah. But if you have to have it, and I know there are days that you need something, just limit it to 6 ounces and just sip it. So nuts and seeds are a good source of healthy fats, fiber, and vitamins. They can help to improve cognitive function and reduce inflammation. Whole grains are a good source of fiber, which can help regulate blood sugar levels and reduce inflammation. They also help improve concentration and focus. And some examples of whole grains are brown rice, barley, bulgur wheat, oatmeal, whole grain breads, and whole grain pasta. And then, believe it or not, some spices and herbs help to improve your memory. And turmeric, it improves the brain's oxygen intake. It increases memory and cognitive function and helps the immune system and reduces inflammation. Sage helps with memory as well. And also, if you go into your portal and click on the exclusive downloads section, you can see a list of many spices that can help the brain. Next is lean protein. The lean protein sources such as fish, and in the fish category, we're looking at salmon, tuna, and mackerel. Chicken and beans are important for brain development and function. And then avocados promote blood flow and brain health. They're loaded with folate, vitamin E and C, as well as copper. And it helps with problem-solving skills and working memory. And omega-3 fatty acids are essential for brain health and can help to protect brain cells from damage and improve cognitive function. So a good idea is to take an omega-3 fatty acid supplement every day. And lastly, dark chocolate, which most people love, not everybody, but most of us love chocolate. They contain flavonoids, which are strong antioxidants. They can improve blood flow to the brain and reduce inflammation. Of course, this is not dark chocolate loaded with sugar, though. So I prefer trying to get some dark chocolate with a little bit of stevia in there, or I just take the cacao powder and mix it with a little bit of let's see, coconut oil, and then put a little bit of honey in there and hemp seeds. And actually, that's really good, or nuts. And that gets rid of my chocolate cravings. So, in conclusion, following a healthy diet is one of the best things that you can do to reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease. Eat plenty of fruits and vegetables and whole grains. Choose lean protein sources and limit processed foods, sugary drinks, and unhealthy fats. Consider taking supplements like magnesium, vitamin D, and B12, which are important for brain health. By following these tips, you can help to keep your brain healthy and reduce your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. So now we will open up for question and answers.
So the veggie pastas, are those okay? I mean,
Veggie
are they?
pasta?
Yeah, because I mean, I know they have like the spinach pasta, but there is like a veggie pasta too. And it's like carrots and spinach and something else.
As long as the pasta is not made with white flour, you
Okay.
want you know, more whole wheat flour or gluten-free.
Okay.
Sugar substitutes really are not good. I mean, stevia is probably safe, but then recently studies have come up that kind of contributes to heart problems. However, the control group they had in that, I guess there's some, I don't know. Some people say it wasn't a full study, but it's probably best to avoid all sugar substitutes, which is really difficult. But things like aspartame causes your arthritis to flare up. And I noticed when I quit having like chewing gum that had aspartame in them and stopped drinking pot, my arthritis it subsided immensely. I mean, I still have a little bit bouts here and there, but nothing like, it was like a constant pain before. So once I got rid of that, I don't have that anymore. And also like Splenda was originally, I believe it was Splenda that was originally a pesticide. So, you know, it's probably just better to stay away from sugar substitutes because they're just not healthy for the body. Any other questions? Do I plan on making what? Oh, a meal plan. Right now I checked into the meal plans and it would the meal plans that I found to put into, and I'm still looking that I wanted to get something for the members, but the cheapest I could find was $250 a month, and that was only up to 20 people. So I would have to find right at this point, I cannot afford to put that in there. So
What about okay, never mind.
Recipe suggestions. I actually am going to, I wonder if I can do this. I can email you guys. I downloaded from Dr. Daniel Amen's wife. She had a brain health cookbook that they give out to everybody. And it is her cookbook, but I did download that. It's like a 10-day brain health cookbook that I could email out to people. I'm just not sure if I could put that in my portal at this point. I'd have to ask Dr. Amen. They do have in my she asks if I have any other reading recommendations on diet for brain health. And actually I do. I really recommend the End of Alzheimer's program, the first protocol to enhance cognition and reverse decline. This is Dr. Dale Bredesen's, although this one is extremely strict with your diet and very little carbs. And you're going through, like 16-hour fasts a day. And then, so you're fasting 16 hours and then you can eat for 8 hours. So this one's a lot more stringent, but he's had a lot of success. I mean, for his recode program, so far he's been doing it. He's usually getting 9 out of 10 patients with success. So that's high success rate.
Well, can't people take that and start maybe not as strict and then work up to the strict?
Yeah, and there are suggestions in there for that
Okay.
as well. Yeah. Like for the fasting, they say, if you're fasting and then you're getting lightheaded, then you break the fast and you have like a piece of fruit, or so they give you suggestions because they don't want you passing out and dying, so.
Okay.
Okay. So that's it for today's episode of diet and nutrition for Alzheimer's disease. And I am going to go ahead and close out today's session. And again, if you have any topics for future Memory Mondays, please submit them to support@don'tloseyourmind.com.